Real bummer for people coming through that want to see the little island and get here at like 10.
Or 3:30.
Right?
Alright, off to the next one.
It's funny that fog it looks like black smoke in some places. Gosh, the ocean's on fire.
Wanna take a trip to the wild side. Wanna learn how to be brave, take what's mine. Wanna learn about what's on the inside. Cause I feel like we're running out of time.
A little ocean view for you. See the fog out there? It almost looks like a dust storm. But it's not. It's fog. Isn't that crazy? Fog is crazy.
The old fake turn signal trick. I almost fell for it. I thought you were turning. You want to turn this way. Okay. And then another left, and then another left. 3 lefts make a right, right? And then an immediate left, and then it's up here on the right.
Left, right, left.
All right.
Lucky Airstream. Look at
Oh,
their
wow.
spot.
That's a
Spot
great little
right
spot.
there. Wow.
Right?
Another Airstream.
That's a great spot. 2 more Airstreams.
Well, look at that old one.
No problem.
Seriously.
Yep, we can do it. All right, let's go take a look.
Not sure.
Figure out what we're going to do. We'd been told the parking spaces at the San Francisco RV Resort were pretty small, and they were. But we had no problem backing in and even had enough room to open our awning on the days when the wind wasn't blowing like crazy. We didn't want to try to drive and park Larry in the streets of San Francisco, so we went to Turo.com and rented a little Honda Fit and picked that up on the first night.
The next morning.
When the sun is rising, your shadows fall behind.
How's this?
Good as any.
All the weight you carry is weighing on your mind.
We have a couple special programs going on today. Mr. Bill Baker was incarcerated here during the Alcatraz during the penitentiary years. He wrote a book. He's going to be up at the Cell House bookstore, the main bookstore at the top of the island, until 4:30 today.
Hello, I'm Bill Baker, former prisoner from Alcatraz. I'd be glad to answer your questions, take pictures, sign autographs. I wrote a book titled Alcatraz 1259. You might ought to check that out. A prisoner's point of view is a little different than the official Justice Department point of view, I guarantee you that. I came to Alcatraz for escaping from other prisons. Anyway, I'll be up the top of the hill, be there till 4:30. See you up there. Go on, get out of here.
Hello. So did you ever imagine when you were here that one day you'd be sitting here autographing your book?
I couldn't even think about that. There's no way I would ever come back here for any reason at all, period. Except they made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
It involved money.
I heard a rumor that you got married while you were here.
I did. I got married on the island. Ranger John Cantwell, he's an icon around here. He had a license to marry people, and he heard I was getting married. He said, "Let me marry you here," and we did, and it was pretty good, really good. We got married up in the flower garden up there.
There's a flower garden. Wow, cool.
Yeah, we got a beautiful flower garden. Patch made.
Awesome.
So how long did you stay here?
I was here 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much. How about it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Well, right now it seems lovely. Not such a bad place to stay.
Can I just say I love this brick wall? It's so cool.
You can say you love it, and I think you did.
Come on. That's a cool wall. The only way you came to Alcatraz was if you were being naughty at other prisons.
I didn't realize that too, but it makes sense.
I'll be there to show you all the things you're missing and everything we go through. I'll be by your side, so let's run away to faraway places.
Alcatraz Island, also known as The Rock, is a former federal prison located in San Francisco Bay. It was once considered one of the most secure prisons in the world and housed some of the most notorious criminals in American history. Originally Fort Alcatraz, it began secondary use as a long-term military prison in 1868. It was converted to a federal prison in 1934 and remained in operation until 1963. During its 29 years as a federal prison, Alcatraz held over 1,500 inmates. Some of the most famous inmates who served time at Alcatraz include Al Capone, Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz, and George Machine Gun Kelly. Where do you sleep?
Well, the first one had a cot. You can see the two things on the wall.
Oh, okay.
But
Alcatraz was known for its strict security measures. The prison was surrounded by water on all sides, and one side was protected by high walls and barbed wire. Inmates were kept in solitary confinement for long periods of time, and they were not allowed to have contact with the outside world. Officially, no one ever succeeded in escaping from Alcatraz, although to this day there are 5 prisoners listed as missing and presumed drowned. Alcatraz was closed in 1963 due to rising maintenance costs. Today, the island is a popular tourist destination, and visitors can take a tour of the prison. Alcatraz is also a National Historic Landmark.
Later.
Falling through the night, feeling when you've taken flight, worlds below diminishing and clear, whisper in your ear. You can fly like the angels. You can live like a fairy tale. Galaxies and midnight roadways, endless where you are. Here among the stars.
The next day.
I love it.
Do you love it?
I love it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Fort Point was built between 1853 and 1861 as part of a defense system to protect San Francisco Bay from foreign attack. Built in the third system style of military architecture, it's characterized by its massive brick and mortar construction. The fort has 3 tiers of arched casemates which could hold a total of 126 cannons. The walls of the fort are up to 7 feet thick, and the fort is also equipped with a moat and drawbridge. Fort Point was never attacked during its history, but it did play a role in the Civil War. The fort was garrisoned by Union troops and was used to store supplies and ammunition. The fort was also used as a hospital during the war. After the Civil War, Fort Point continued to be used as a military installation. It was used to defend San Francisco Bay during World War II, and it was also used as a training ground for soldiers. The fort is located at the southern approach to the Golden Gate Bridge, and it offers stunning views of the bridge and the bay.
The following day.
This morning, we were up and early and headed to Muir Woods, which is enchanting. It's been described by some, particularly by Noah. It's very green, very popular, and we're going to go attempt to do a little bit of hiking and see how it goes. Hope you brought your hiking shoes. Here we go. We're not back by next week. Send a rescue squad. I wonder if they have breakfast. I mean, it looks like... What is it? What is it? Cafe and gift shop. It's huge. And these aren't even the big ones. I just want to record about 4 hours of this and use it for meditation later.
Forming photographs alone, newfound wanderings, smiles come upon, tying strings to rain clouds, carving room for love forgone.
There's more beautiful things.
Footprints disappear below. Sun and gravity, less than what we know. Time was waiting for us to find ourselves and lose control. Never want to let this go.
And of course, while we're here, we have to get our passport stamp.
Cancel.
For some reason they're called cancellations. I don't understand that. I'm never sure what
I want the
I'm
Junior
supposed to
Ranger
do.
stamp.
Yeah, on your
Yeah,
hand?
on my hand. Good enough. So we finished Muir Woods in just under 2 hours. What'd you think?
I didn't think it seemed like it was that long.
It did not. And I would say 10 out of 10.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous.
Do you feel
so
like
amazing.
feel like taking a walk down to the beach? It's only 5 miles.
Thanks for asking.
It was amazing. The trees are just, they're absolutely incredible. It's cold on April 30th.
So, yeah, it was worth the drive up.
The drive up is beautiful and very windy.
Yeah.
If you have a dog that throws up in the car, don't bring them.
Reserve the parking ahead of time.
For sure.
That's the clue, and they will tell you that. Everything that your research says, parking recommended. Reserved parking is mandatory. So they do that in half-hour slots. It's cheap. It was like $9.
Yeah.
So.
But you reserved it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And there were only 2 time slots open, the 2 first of the day were the only ones open, the rest were full. So don't think that you're going to be able to decide one day that you're going to come here the next, because you probably won't get parking.
And I highly recommend you come early in the morning, because the place is filling up. It was fairly quiet.
Yeah, it was nice
when we got here, but it's full of kids. So. Nothing wrong with kids. Keep them quiet and stay on the trails.
Yeah, saw too many Instagrammers, you know, that just stopping in front of everybody to get their selfies, and then one went off the trail right by stay on the trail sign.
So now we're off to the next place that we're going. So we'll get in the car. The Golden Gate Bridge is a suspension bridge that spans the Golden Gate Strait, the narrow portion of the San Francisco Bay. At the time of its opening in 1937, it was both the longest and the tallest suspension bridge in the world. Its main span is 4,200 feet, and its total height is 746 feet. The Golden Gate Bridge is the most used suicide site in the world. After years of debate and an estimated more than 1,500 deaths, suicide barriers began to be installed in April 2017. The completion date was set for 2023. The bridge carries about 112,000 vehicles per day. That's it. San Francisco is a wrap.
In the books. No, really, I put it in the journal.
She did. You're done. It's probably the best weather day we've had since we've been here, because it's not foggy or windy. Yeah. So of course we're gonna leave.
Yeah, sure.
We'll take the rain with us. It's what we do. How'd you like the San Francisco area?
Loved San Francisco. Loved all the sightseeing. It was just a really fun city to visit.
I thought so too. Let's go to another fun city. I don't know where it is, but the next one. All right.
Go. Half the way we go.
Half the way we go. Hi puppies. Hi guys. Jim. I can't see Greta at all.
Hey. Jeez.
Hey guys. Puppies.
Where's Dad?
And the camera's right over here because I keep looking at us. So before we go walking, I moved the camera over here now.
Okay. So I know where to look.
And I connected Bluetooth to my new selfie stick Bluetooth controller, so I don't have to do this. I just click the button. Right?
Just, you know, it's shady, so I don't have a lot of people left in I
She
think
needs
it's
a
awesome.
she needs a hot cup of coffee to hold to warm her hands up.
And a hot tub.
A hot tub to hold to warm her hands up. You
I can't even move my hand very fast. It's so cold. And then one went off the trail right by a stay on the trail sign to get pictures. It just makes me mad. They need to be smacked. They need to be punched in the throat.
They do. We stopped by the cafe and gift shop and decided, man, we probably don't need more coffee. I don't know what we're thinking. It must be the woodland air getting to us. But then I heard somebody behind the counter say, all we have right now is instant coffee. And I was like, you need to shut this park down.